Hi everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're gonna do our Christmas special and we're gonna paint a candy cane lure. It's gonna be really fun. And now you might be thinking that is way too soon for a Christmas special. It's still 3 weeks at least before it's Christmas. Now the reason that I'm doing this so early is for all the people that get inspired and want to paint this pattern themselves and maybe give it away as a present for a fishing buddy, a friend, family member, or maybe just want to sell them as Christmas presents, that they still got the time to do this before Christmas. So this video is going to be really sugar coated and we're starting right now. Alright, so for this project I chose this lure, and that's just because of the smooth surface it has. So it has no scales on the outside or no carved scales or anything, it's just a smooth surface, and that's gonna look the most realistic for a candy cane. Now you can use lures that have scales and everything, that's not a really big problem. It's just gonna look less smooth, because if you look at a candy cane then you can see that the surface is perfectly smooth and it's really polished and glossy and everything. And you're gonna achieve that same effect only with a smooth surface. And if there are, let's say, carved scales in there, it's gonna interfere a little bit with that smooth surface, which makes it less polished and glossy and everything. It's gonna make the candy cane not look like a real candy cane. But again, you can do this perfectly on a lure that has carved scales or an uneven surface. It doesn't matter that much. It's still gonna look like a candy cane. But I chose this lure. Now this one has holographic foil, but we're not gonna see any of that in the lure. So that's not really important because it's gonna be an opaque paint over there. And we're gonna start off with our first color. And that color is gonna be our red color. Now you can do two things. You can either put on a white base coat and then go over that with any kind of red you have. But I have this Wicked Opaque Pyro Red, which is a super opaque paint. That means that I can skip my base coat. I can just use this as a base coat, and with this paint I get a 2-in-1. I will be putting on a base coat and I will have a red lure from the start, so I skip one step. But if you don't have this kind of paint, if you don't have Wicked Opaque Pyro Red, then you can just take a white base coat and put some red on top of that. And now that our red is dry, it's time to look at some reference pictures. Now there are a lot of types of candy canes out there with a lot of patterns and everything, but I chose these three because these are a little bit easier and you can make it as difficult as you want, but I thought I'd just keep it a little bit simpler. So I chose these three patterns as a reference picture and you can choose one of them. First one is just regular red and white, twisted around the lure, nothing special there. You just would need one piece of tape, wrap it around and then spray your white. The second one is one with one wide red stripe and then a smaller red stripe, and that just goes around the lure together with the bigger stripe. And now the third pattern is one bigger stripe with 3 smaller stripes going and following along the way. So those are 3 types of candy canes that I chose. Now there are a lot more choices out there and you can choose whatever you want. These are just examples that I found on the internet. And I think I'm going for the second choice, which is one bigger stripe with one smaller stripe following along the way. Because I think that looks really good. And yeah, I just think that one looks the best in my opinion, and it's gonna look great on the lure as well. So I'm gonna go for that one. But then we need to have the right size of tape first. Now most people don't have standard the right size of tape just like that laying around. So we're gonna need to cutter our tape in the right size. So first of all, you need to have an idea how wide you want your tape to be. And this tape is about 1.9 centimeters, and I want my line to be, if I look at my reference picture and I start to estimate, 1/2 centimeter I would like it to be. That would be perfectly fine. So now that we know that we want the line to be half a centimeter wide, so no need to follow my measurements, because your lure would have a different size, and so your lines might be different in size as well then. So we're just gonna cut this off like that. And now I want it to be half a centimeter, so I'm gonna mark that spot. And then we're gonna try to make it even. You can measure it out perfectly, but I like it to be a little bit uneven maybe. Just like some faulty candy canes are a little bit uneven. I'm gonna put this aside, I might need it later on. So now we got our tape. In the size that we want, about half a centimeter or 5 millimeters. And now we're just gonna wrap it around just like in a candy cane. So this is the first time I'm trying this myself, and it's really hard to get the tape to be really straight on there. It likes to fold up a little here and there, and that makes your lines uneven. So here and there the line will be a little bit uneven and such, but that's gonna be part of the art, let's say. It's really difficult to get that straight. If you got that kind of stretchy masking tape, you can get a perfectly straight and smooth line, but this is just a regular painter's tape, so it's not stretchy at all. So it kind of folds up when you're making a really tight corner, or when you're wrapping it around, it likes to do that. So yeah, there's not much you can do about that. I'm trying to make sure that it sticks to the lure everywhere, so that we at least get nice and crisp lines. But yeah, it's still gonna be pretty great though. So for the smaller line, I'm gonna use this 1 millimeter tape that we sell at our store, and this is just perfect for doing that smaller line. It's a little bit stretchy, so it's gonna be a nice and crisp line on there. And maybe we'll do a second one, we'll see. We'll put it on first and then we'll see how it looks. Alright, so now that our tape is on our lure, we're just simply gonna spray it with white. Now I'm using Wicked Opaque white, but you can use any white that you want as long as it's opaque and it's gonna cover all that red. And now we just spray it on there, nothing too difficult. Alright, now that everything is dry, we're gonna take our tape off. Now I'm gonna put the eyes in, and these are the eyes that come with the blank. These are just regular silver holographic eyes. Nothing special. You can paint them white or red if you want to make it blend in with the lure a little bit more. But I think I just want to go for silver. Give it a little fishy touch. Ready for a clear coat. Alright guys, guys, our lure is finished, and as you can see, it really looks like candy cane. I'm really pleased with the result. It looks nice and glossy, and you would just almost start licking it and hoping it would give that really nice sweet flavor. But I got a few notes to myself. I've been a little bit sloppy with the tape. I feel like there could be one more line, red line here, which I missed. And also it's a little bit sloppy on this side. It should be more straight. It should be more even. Also the small lines, they should have been a little bit closer together, so there's a little bit less space in between them. Those are just notes to myself, things that I don't like about this pattern, which I would do better next time. But overall, would I give this away as a Christmas gift to a fishing buddy? Yeah, definitely. It's really nice. Everybody gets the idea, recognizes the pattern instantly. So, and that's what it's all about. It's a really cool Christmas gift. It's really unique, and yeah, I like it. As always, if you got any questions or suggestions, or you want to share some knowledge with the lure painting community, leave them in the comments down below. I will leave a link in the description down below for all the materials that I used to paint this lure. And this will guide you to my webshop, which is based in Sweden. And if you would buy anything there, you will be supporting me and the channel. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and see you next time. Bye bye!